Happy New Year, hockey fans throughout York Region, coast to coast across Canada, and from around the world. Welcome back to Golden Hawks TV. This is the first broadcast of 2018, and it is game 19 of 22 on the season for the Georgina Golden Hawks. It's a cold night here in Keswick with the temperatures in the minus 20s outside, and the Golden Hawks, they play host to the North York Storm. The Golden Hawks are preparing to take the ice for their pregame skate, and as you can see, Coach John Davidson is working on firing up the players. As you can also see, number 11, Anna Toll, is sporting a cast. She broke her wrist and is unfortunately on the injured reserve. This is a big loss for the Golden Hawks, as she is an essential part of this team on and off the ice. She is a solid defender and one of the leaders of this team. The Golden Hawks can't afford to have her out of the lineup for any extended period of time, so we wish Anna a speedy recovery and we look forward to her return to the lineup soon. Now, this is the third and final meeting between these clubs for the regular season, which doesn't include a meeting between them back in the preseason. That was a 1-1 tie. For the regular season, however, these combatants first faced off against each other on December the 1st, and the Golden Hawks suffered a 5-0 road loss. And to end the 2017 schedule, they faced off against each other once again at the Canlin Ice Complex, another loss for the Golden Hawks, but this time they kept it tight and got edged out by a 2-1 score by the Storm. So the Golden Hawks start the new year the same way they ended last year, and that is up against the North York Storm. But this time they're at home here in the Georgina Ice Palace in front of a packed crowd. Besides being extra motivated to beat the Storm and avenge their previous 2 regular season losses, the Golden Hawks are in good shape despite it being 2 weeks since their last game on December 23rd. Many of the girls stayed active over the Christmas break by doing some public skating, power skating clinics, playing in 3-on-3 tournaments, and even spending a chilly but sunny afternoon at the Davidson family farm, where Coach John and his wife Carrie were gracious in having not only the team up for a skate, but also parents, siblings, and friends. The outdoor rink was truly incredible and a pleasure to skate on. Another bonding experience for the team as they enter into the new year with 4 more games to play, including tonight's tilt against the aforementioned North York Storm. Now let's take a look at the Central Division standings. As you can see, the Golden Hawks are at the bottom with only 1 win and a total of 4 points. The Golden Hawks would need to win all remaining games, including tonight, and the Vaughan Flames, Georgina's next opponent, would have to lose all remaining games for the Golden Hawks to be able to squeak into 8th place and to make it into the playoffs. A huge undertaking, no doubt, but one thing is for sure, these Golden Hawks will not give up on the season and will be coming out firing against the North York Storm, who currently sit in 4th position, 1 point out of 3rd. So the Storm team will also be hungry for their own win tonight. Now let's take a look at today's starting lineup. Captain number 2, Riley Woolley, centers the line between number 6, Lauren Hinks, and number 76, Juliana Cajola. The starting defensive pair, number 4, Brooke Prine, and number 5, Amy Harris. In net, number 39, Jordana DeMarinis. And now let's take a quick look at today's complete game day roster. So here we go, folks. Sit back, enjoy the game, and I'll catch you on the other side. Go Hawks, go!
Nice, Amy. You put it, where is it now?
And there's the horn to end the period. Now let's take a moment to acknowledge our sponsors.
Ah, nice, Davey.
And there's the horn to end the period. Now let's take a moment to acknowledge our sponsors.
Yeah. Amazing. Unbelievable. Let's hold that. Amazing. seconds.
And there you have it, folks. That's the hockey game. After a 6-game losing streak to end 2017, the Georgina Golden Hawks start the new year off on the right foot with an impressive 4-0 win over the North York Storm. That is one happy-looking bunch of girls on the ice right now. The Golden Hawks offense was on full display tonight, showing exactly what they're capable of. Georgina goal scorers this evening were number 2, Captain Riley Woolley, number 76, Juliana Cajola, number 12, Ashley Coitus, and number 10, Nicole Budd. But it wasn't just offensively where the Golden Hawks impressed tonight. Defensively, the Golden Hawks were sharp and minimized the North York Storm's chances, making goalie number 39, Jordana DeMarinis' job easy. Her workload was light tonight, where she was able to turn aside all 9 shots fired her way, while the Golden Hawks responded with 4 goals on 12 shots. And thanks to Coach Simon Prine, trainer Jen Hinks, Coach John Davidson, Coach Alyssa Davies, and Coach Bill Toll for their help on the bench today. Also thanks to additional coaches Anthony Cajola and Paul Parisi for their help during practices, and manager Tanya DeMarinis. Now let's take a moment to acknowledge our sponsors: KWE Global Logistics Partner, Lake Simcoe Arms Pub and Restaurant, Rochester Aluminum, and Axis Installations. And a special thanks to you, the viewer. We appreciate you tuning in to the Golden Hawks 4-0 win over the North York Storm this evening, and we look forward to having you tune in the future. Our next game? That'll be Sunday, January the 14th, as the Golden Hawks hit the road to the Sports Village in Vaughan to face the Flames. The last time these teams faced off was November the 4th, and that was the Golden Hawks' first win of the season. We look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care, and all the best.